Hello beautiful people around the world. I'm so happy to see you back here. We're talking all things optimal health and nutrition. Today's session is happening in the park. You will notice a bit of background noise, which will hopefully be mainly birds and crickets, and hopefully you'll be able to understand me just perfectly fine, and you get some inspiration on to perhaps go outside as well to listen and watch today's video. We're talking all things optimal health and nutrition, and my question today for you is, when was the last time that you got a blood test done? Yeah, well, that might be a surprising question coming from a nutritionist, and however, I believe that most of us should get a blood test done on an annual basis. And here's my theory and my reasoning why we should get a blood test done on a regular basis. And that's because I perhaps compare our body a little bit to a car. So if you care about your car and how well it runs and that it carries you around from A to B on a regular basis whenever you need it, you would get it serviced, you would put some petrol in there, and you would get it, checked up on a regular basis. And that's how I look at a body in some ways as well. And that's why I believe we should get our body checked and serviced on a regular basis as well. And part of that, in my opinion, is a blood test. Of course, a blood test is not the be and end all when we look at our optimal health, and there are some little traps when we consider a blood test to examine our health. However, it is a good indicator whether there is something really wrong, like a deficiency of any vitamins, or whether there is whether our health is perhaps on the way to diverge to move away from optimal or best health, or even just from good health as defined by our general Western medicine. So I believe a basic blood test would be super important. Your general practitioner, your MD, should be able to request that for you, and it is also super important in particular if you're feeling a little bit off. Even in cases where you're starting to gain weight for no particular reason, where you're feeling fatigued and tired for no particular reason. And I share my story as an example. For many years, I have felt fatigued really easily and tired, and I used to get colds and flus a lot, and just catch everything that comes around. And eventually I got a blood test done, and I found a GP who helped me to understand the results and who talked me through the options that I had in detail. And it turned out that I had under-functioning thyroid. And for the last couple of years, I've been taking thyroid medication, and it helped me tremendously to feel better. And I wouldn't have even considered it if I wouldn't have got the blood test done, in conjunction with also finding a medical practitioner that helped me to understand how I can improve my nutrition. And now, as a nutritionist and as a holistic nutritionist, I also know which other factors are important in improving my health, improving my thyroid function, reducing stress, exercising, etc. And my goal is now that I find a way to improve my health even more, so that one day I don't need to use that medication anymore. So that is taking it to the next level, really. But my point is that without the blood test, I wouldn't have known that there's a dysfunction within my body, and I wouldn't have even taken the first step in feeling better, albeit using a medication. I encourage you to get your blood test done on a regular basis, it can be an indicator of an imbalance that is currently happening in your body, and that prevents you from, achieving your optimal weight or from feeling full of energy. On that note, I'm wishing you the best of health and an amazing week.